What's up guys, Mike back again today, MF Vape. Thanks very much for joining the channel, hope you're all doing very well. Right, today it's another clone for you guys. This one's also from SXK, got it from 3F Vape in China, and this one's called Le Supersonic from Vaponaut originally, French company. Yes, looks very nice on the old pulse there. But what we'll do is we'll go down low, give it an unboxing as always. I'll throw a little build in it too, and then we'll come back up top and I'll tell you what I really think of this Le Supersonic from SXK. Okay, see you down low in a bit. Down at the table guys, we've got Le Supersonic, Fabrique en France. Right, there's my French accent out of the way. Let's have a look at this bad boy. It comes in the traditional SXK packaging, which is crappy plastic, so we won't have a look around that too much. Take it apart and we're presented with this rather beefy Allen key. Here's our RDA, have a look at that in a second. Right, we also have a small blue Phillips screwdriver, 3 O-rings and your regular, well actually this is the Squonk pin, and 2 extra flathead screws. We'll put the Squonk pin in a minute, but here is the star of this show. As you can see, it looks rather tasty in a sort of matte grey silver finish. We have a POM or Delrin style 510 fitting drip tip, and there's no O-ring inside, it just fits using the O-rings on your drip tip, so that goes in there like that. Got like a stepped system going on here. There's our airflow slots. Very well machined again from SXK. And a quick look around the bottom, we've got Vaponaut Le Supersonic 770, Fabrique en France. Actually it's Fabrique en China, so there you go. That looks like a Squonk pin, but it's not, it's the regular 510. So I'll just show you quick how to remove that. It may be a good idea to put it on, take it off the mod first. Take the top cap off, I should say. And you want to hold on to the positive block. We'll show you the deck in a minute. I just want to get it in Squonk mode because that's what we're going to be doing. And literally, just unscrew that. As you can see, the peak insulator comes off too. And then slide that off. Get our other Squonk pin out. I'll just show you that up close. This is the biggest hole for a Squonk pin I've ever seen. It's marvellous. It just squonks like a dream. So you get your piece of peak, push it back in, get your deck section, hold on to the bottom, and then grab your Allen key and tighten it back up. Right, so here is our deck section, and as you can see we have 4 flathead screws. They're very nice screws and nice threads on this, but I prefer Phillips or Allen key myself. So this whole section here does come out, and there's a big peak insulator underneath, and this is your positive section. As you can see, this is the peak insulator that holds it all in. You can take it apart for easy cleaning. You can rock this in either single or dual coil, but I prefer to use the single coil because there's not a lot of room to do dual, but you'd have to have one across there and across there. But with single coil, this is what it's built for really. There are your airflow slots, which are drilled through the actual post there. This is fully stainless steel 316L, this RDA. 24mm by 33, and we'll just have a look at the top cap, the inside. Here you go. Excuse the water, it's been cleaned out recently. And as you can see, we haven't got much doming going on with this one either. But it is adjustable with the airflow. So that would go on like that. I haven't actually felt the need to use the adjustable airflow because it is a restricted draw. As you can see, you can have 3 holes open on either side, or you can reduce it to 2 or to 1. Like I say, the way I've been using this was with all 3 open. It gives the right amount of restriction for me, but you do what you so wish. So that's what it looks like on the drone here. Right, so now we are going to attempt to put a build in here. Right guys, so I've just loosened up the 2 screws. You could either have it this direction or this direction, or if you were doing the dual coils, you'd use it there and there. Right, the cord I'm using is a stainless steel frame staple by Chris Grimes in the UK. This does work better with flat wire or thin gauge wire, because basically there's no holes or anything, so you've just literally got to trap the lead underneath the screws, and it's very hard to do, especially on camera. There you go. And you just want to maneuver it to the center. Right, the way I've been rocking this, the airflow's coming through here obviously, so I like to have it just touching the bottom side of the coil, so you can sort of try and look through the holes. But let's have a look. Somewhere around there is going to be perfect for me, so that's what we're going to do. Right, also check that you've got these trapped. You don't want any of these loose strands of Clapton wire coming anywhere around here, because then it could short out on the cap, so just be very careful and try and tidy up any loose stragglers there. I think that's okay. What you can do is put the top cap back on. There you go. And then check your resistance. Right, we've got 0.21 ohm. 0.21 ohm there. So you can see that the resistance hasn't changed, so there's nothing else interfering with or short circuiting or anything like that. There you go. I've been using it all week, so it shouldn't take much bedding in, and that's ready now. So we'll just cool it down and then put the cotton in. Right, using a bit of cotton bacon, but you can use what you like. I like using cotton bacon in my RDAs. It laps up the juice, this cotton does. And it tastes mighty fine. You can twist as you're feeding it in, that sometimes helps. Right, somewhere like that. Nice and taut. Right, it's quite a deep juice well on this one, so we can have a fair bit of cotton, somewhere around there.
Think I'm lazy and a little crazy. Could it not be the way that...
Just ensure that the squonk pin is not obstructed by the cotton. And it should look something like that, guys. Like I say, you can adjust the height of it and everything as you see fit. But that looks about okay. Maybe just pull that bit slightly over. There you go. That looks okay. Right, so now all that's left to do, guys, I'm going to juice her up and we'll go back up top and I'll talk pros, cons and what I really think of this Le Supersonic RDA. Back up top, guys, we've got the Le Supersonic by SXK, a clone of the original by Vaponaut or Vaponaut. There you go, sitting on the Pulse BF. A very good looking match, this setup. Right, we'll go into the cons first on this one, guys. Let's just take the top deck off and we'll show you those screws. Now the screws are very good, like the threading's all very good, no dramas there. But the fact that you've got no room to put your leads, there's no holes or clamp section, all you can do is fit your leads underneath the screw, and it can be a little bit fiddly for like a newbie builder out there. So that's the first con. They could do with being slightly wider diameter the screws, so you can fit some chunkier coils. So like I've got some stainless steel aliens in here that are meant for like RTAs or small RDAs from Chris Grimes, and then it fits in here wonderfully, but it is a little bit of a snag. It's a little tricky job to do, so the screw situation could be a little bit better. So maybe you could source some other screws that might have that wider diameter, and you could be good to put some beefier coils in, because this deck is 24mm diameter RDA, this one, so there's plenty of room for your big coils in there and plenty of room for cotton too. But it's not really designed for your mammoth coils. It's really designed for squonking, and that's where it comes into its element. That squonk hole there is probably the biggest squonk hole I've ever seen on an RDA, and it's just perfect for squonking. And it also comes with this nice beefy Allen key, so props to SXK, it just works very well for squonking. So I've already mentioned the screws, like you say, it's probably better suited for round wire or flats like Clapton wire, such as I've got in here. What's the other con? The packaging. It comes in these plastic tubes. It's not ideal. And also the spares, it only comes with 2 spare screws and a couple of O-rings and your 510. You do get really a spare couple of screws on here though, because you've got 4 screws. You're only really going to be using 2 at a time in single coil mode, but you can do dual coil if you wanted to. Small little coils going that way and that way. But I think this is definitely designed for single coil, and that's where it shines. So really, there's not many cons for this. We'll go on to the pros, shall we? This is one of the best RDAs I've seen. It just photographs very well. I put a picture on Instagram the other day with the murdered out black pulse, and it just looks sick as tits. I think it's so pleasurable to look at. I love it. It's one of the best looking RDAs I've ever seen. It's been my friend for the past week. I'm very much in love with this RDA. Is that wrong, me saying that? Yeah, it probably is actually. Anyway, it takes beefier coils than the Radius. It doesn't get hot either, and you can also use it on your regulated and unregulated with no dramas. You know, it can handle higher wattages. So I'll give you an example. Plenty of clouds, no dramas at all. Whereas on the Radius V2, I was finding that I needed to use it on the regulated and pump the wattage down a little bit. This can handle being on the mechanical or unregulated, no dramas at all. So that's a very good plus point. The airflow, I'm rocking it with the 3 air holes fully open. I haven't even tried it in any other configuration because I don't think you need to. For me, personally, it's got a restrictive airflow anyway, but it's just perfect. Just listen how smooth it is. You can drag on it for days and it just keeps them coming. It's a very flavourful vape. So the airflow is definitely good. I like the way it goes through the posts, and then I've positioned it personally so the airflow just hits the bottom of the coil, and then as you're dragging up, it's concentrating the flavour back up into the mouthpiece. So I think they've done a very good design on this, and a very good copy. Right, what else have we got? It's got 810 fitting drip tip. So if you're not happy with this one, you can put all your personal drip tips in there. I actually think it's very comfortable. It looks very nice, and so it's staying on my particular version. And it's made out of a POM or a Delrin, I believe. This is built for squonking, like I said earlier. It's a squonker's dream. It's just, oh, have I said that I like this yet? It's. I'll give you one more drag and then we'll talk about the flavour, shall we? See if that bottle actually pops out. There you go. Right, here we go. The flavour on this is probably the best flavour from a single core RDA I've had to date. My previous winner was the Morph RDA. And that's a total different design, because you can really put some fat complex cores in there and you can vape it at higher wattages. But for the lower wattages, around 40 watts, 45 watts, this is just like perfect, because it's got the 510 drip tip there and the reduced chamber for the airflow. It just, the flavour does really pop, and it's squonk friendly. It's just my friend, and it has been all week. And this is now my favourite single coil RDA. So yes, the Le Supersonic, it certainly is supersonic in my eyes. So right, what else have we got? I think that about wraps it up, guys. For anyone new, I hope you enjoyed the video. Please give it a thumbs up, and if you could subscribe to the channel. Why do I always not be able to say that word? If you could subscribe to the channel, I'd be very grateful. And for all my existing subscribers, you fucking rock, and it means the world to me. I've got 70 plus now. I'm pushing for 100, and I hope I can get there in the next month or two. That'd be so good. It would make me over the moon. So anyway, you guys rock. Thanks for watching, and I'll see you all again very soon. Cheers.